Hello and welcome back to Fable 2, everybody. This video is going to be part 3 of the Love Hurts side quest. We are going to be going and retrieving the third part of Lady Grey, which is her head from Fairfax Gardens. So luckily we don't have a long way to go. I will mention though that at this point, this is where the quest will start to get very glitchy. So before you go and get her head, do everything first. If you need to go and you need to get money for something, or you need to grab an item, or you need to fast travel somewhere, then do it now before you grab the head. This is what happened to me last time. I grabbed the head, and afterwards I last minute decided I needed to go and get something before bringing it back to Victor, and the quest glitched. It looped and there was no way for me to actually finish it, and I had to restart it. So if you do need to leave, which I don't actually recommend anyways, I do recommend just doing the whole quest as a whole. Do it now, I'm telling you, because you'll just get into a world of problems. So anyways, now that that is out of the way, I'm just going to fast travel to Fairfax Gardens. It's very, very close, actually. I'm just being really, really, really lazy. We haven't discovered the exact location, so you will have to actually manually travel to Fairfax Gardens itself. Okay, so here we are in Fairfax Gardens. We haven't been here in ages. I can't even remember the last time I was at Fairfax Gardens, but anyways, it's so nice here all the time, and it's so unfortunate that it just really doesn't have a lot of use until later parts of the game, unless of course you're doing the side quest for the archaeologist, which I have completely and utterly neglected. I will do it eventually though later on, but anyways, so we need to come over here. This gate, by the way, will be closed until you do this quest. You actually will not be able to get in here. So when you do this quest, you'll be able to actually gain access to Lady Grey's tomb. So let's go in. And the thing I find funniest about this is that she was a witch and a seductress and just a terrible, awful human being, but she somehow has her own private tomb in the very, very nice Fairfax Gardens, which I don't understand. But anyways, if you come down to the very, very, very bottom of this area, you'll be able to follow the Golden Trail and find the final body part that we need. So definitely a big tomb once again for one singular body part. Not even her whole body, but yeah, that is the 600-year-old Lady Grey head. Certainly not as sexy as she once was. Not bad looking considering it's 500 years old. So, okay, I guess it's, I guess it's alright looking, but anyways, we also have the third Witch Spotter's note. Oh, how those glassy, beautiful eyes stared at us as we condemned them to eternity in this hallowed underground chamber that she had the temerity to name after herself. Unnerving clicking sounds echo all around us, and the sand seems to writhe with life. Dear Avo, I hope it's not beetles. Well, you just jinxed it, because it is beetles. I find it very strange that, first they go and they do the most dangerous of things. They go and they face up against the undead, and then they face up against Hobbs. But they're like afraid of these little beetles, which are the easiest of the easiest enemy. This is like noob level enemies at this point. So it's kind of nice because, the first two body parts really make you go out of your way. You really have to go a long way and fight a lot of enemies and things like that. But grabbing the head is actually relatively easy. But this is a big area, so just be sure to explore this area before you leave. But of course, if you have discovered it on your map, you can always come back. My dog was barking earlier, probably at this chest here. So let's grab that before we go. He's being very impressive, though. He has been very, very helpful with treasure lately, which has been good. Good dog. And we need to get the heck out of here with the head. We still have to deliver this thing, which is creepy. It's just like, you'd have a head, and where would you put it? Like, in your pocket and just carry it around? I mean, you don't really have, like, a freezer to carry it out in. I also find it very funny that the picture of it had flesh still intact. It's just kind of interesting. Because obviously 500 years wouldn't preserve the flesh at all, but it's a video game. What am I talking about? It has no logic attached to it. Just gonna take care of these beetles. The one annoying thing that they can do, which you might have seen, is that they can actually attach themselves to your head, and that you have to like wait a little bit and just kind of shake them off. But that's about the only worrisome or bothersome sort of thing that they can actually do. So there's just a lot of them to take care of. You can go about doing it whatever way you want, but I just frankly find it a little easier just to swing my axe and get rid of them right away. Alright, so there we go. There's also a silver key behind that staircase, if you can see. So you do actually have to do this quest in order to get that key, to my knowledge. I don't think there's any other way to get it. You may be able to later on in the game, after you've actually finished the game, the main story, but I would have to, you'd have to read up more on that. I wouldn't trust that 100%. But I would grab that before you go. And then we're out. So yeah, that was very easy, and I do recommend going out this way rather than fast traveling if you can. Alright, so the reason I recommend coming out this way is because you can open up the gate on the other side of Fairfax Gardens, which will allow you to go to the bottom of the tomb if need be. It's not that big of a deal to go in through the other entrance, but sometimes it's nice to have a shortcut, especially if you just need to go back and, you know, grab the key or something, for example. So, right now, I'm not even going to risk going to Bowerstone, because that's actually what happened last time. I just went to Bowerstone Market from Fairfax, and the whole quest glitched. So I'm not going to take the chance. I'm just going to go straight to Victor, and I'm going to deliver the head, and hopefully this quest doesn't glitch again. Okay, so his door's open. And it looks like this quest is going to be a go. It looks like I'll be able to finish it, which is great. So he's down in the basement, he's gotten the rest of the body parts prepared, and he just needs the head. So we're going to go ahead and give it to him and see what he does with it. I don't know that I want to, but we need to finish the quest, because there's a lot of renown at stake here. So.
Sweet lady. You must think I'm some sort of pervert. A real creep.
A little. You can even see her body in the little coffin there.
I've been in love with Lady Grey for so many years.
Which is kind of interesting. You can even see the head, the whole body just put together.
She's been the one woman I could talk to. The one woman who wouldn't turn away from me in disgust. And now you're wondering how such an amazing creature could ever love someone like me. You see, this procedure, it's not just about reanimating dead tissue. It's also a love spell.
So, as you can see, this guy is super whack.
I'll take care of her forever.
And has a lot of issues.
She deserves.
But, I guess it's our fault for bringing him the body parts, because now he's gonna have himself an undead girlfriend. So, here we go, Victor. Do your black magic love spell thing. And just like that, you have the reanimated Lady Grey. Which is absolutely insane. Look at her. Just like a regular human being. Doesn't even look undead at all.
She's alive. Oh, my sweet lady. How do you feel?
You brought me back. You are magnificent.
Well, you know, actually, it was me who...
I have been asleep so long, but now I am ready to live again, and to love for the first time. You are so perfect.
Oh, something's going wrong here.
Oh no! The love spell makes her fall in love with the first person she... You've got to go. Now!
Oh, so it backfired on Victor a little bit. It makes her fall in love with the first person she sees, and technically, we were the first person that she saw undead and also when she woke up. So, if you stay in the basement, you will be able to marry Lady Grey, and if you leave, Victor and Lady Grey will get married. Usually, of course, I'm always good, but I stray off the path a little bit every once in a while, and I always try to marry Lady Grey after she's resurrected, just because it's Lady Grey, and it's such just a cool throwback to the first game. So, unfortunately, I'm going to crush Victor's hopes and his dreams.
Time's running out. If you don't leave now, I'll lose her forever. Please don't do this to me. I love her.
Sorry,
so
Victor,
much.
I love her more.
You are the only one.
She doesn't even like you anyways, man.
We shall be so happy.
No! What have you done? She was meant for me! For me! Ah! My life is over!
So, if you stay in the basement, like I said, Victor will leave, and Lady Grey will be left with you. Your selfish actions have left a man's romantic dreams in tatters. On the upside, you have an undead girlfriend, and that finishes up the quest with 8,500 renown, which is fantastic. So, now I'm going to go over a couple other things in this quest that can go wrong after it is that you have actually completed it. So, I'm going to just pause the game briefly, and as you can see, you only get 10 bad points for doing the quest the bad way, which really isn't too bad, and hopefully Captain Don Keys can forgive me, because he always gets really mad when I make a bad choice. But before doing this quest, I made sure that I had enough money. I'm going to need money in a couple of minutes just to do something else associated with this quest. Additionally, I also went and I bought the best wedding ring in the game before I started this quest up, which I think is the Eternal Love Ring. It's got 5 stars. Love may be immaterial, but having the most expensive ring in the world always helps. No finger can fail to be enchanted. Obviously, in life, Lady Grey was a very, very posh, spoiled woman, so you need to give her the best of everything in the game. Even if you look at her character, she's rich, serious, demanding, and bisexual. And you can also see buildings that she likes and things like that. So she's very, very high up, very demanding. So I bought her the best ring, hoping that it will allow me to marry her. She's already at the point of marriage, so I'm going to present this to her, and you are able to marry her. We're engaged now, and she's going to follow me. The problem with Lady Grey is that she tends to stay in the graveyard area, and if you leave with her, even if she is following, there's a very high chance that she'll actually just disappear, like a ghost. So what I have done is I have made sure I had enough money to buy the cemetery mansion. As you can see, it is not cheap, but I have more than enough money to buy it. So I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to move in, and I am now officially married to Lady Grey. So once you buy it, you can't sell it, but I won't need to sell it because I'm going to have my undead girlfriend living there, which is great.
Just perfect. We must live here.
Within every lifetime,
And I guess I never showed this, but this is the wedding
some
cutscene.
solitary, but others shared. On a sunny morning, under a clear sky, the villagers crowded together to witness 2 people stand and declare their love for each other. Some say they were a strange couple, others that they saw a story of true love. Only time would tell.
And after you have purchased the mansion, you will also get the Gravekeeper's key from Victor, and you also get a note from him. Dear Occupier, I hope you find more happiness in this house than I did. It was far too large and empty for a lonely soul such as I, and yet I do have fond memories of the place. It was here that I discovered all my grandfather's secrets and continued his experiments, even when they touched upon matters perhaps best left alone. I enclosed the key to my father's scrapyard nearby, though there is little value to be found. He made me promise I would never set foot in the crypt there, and I suggest you heed this warning too. Who knows what failed experiment lurk inside. Respectfully, Victor the Barrowstone Gravekeeper. So, Victor is out. Lady Grey is my hot-smoking, resurrected 500-year-old wife, and I now have another unique piece of property in the game. So, it seems a little bit cruel to kick Victor out, but to be fair, the guy, something was wrong with him, and his only thing in life was marrying someone undead who wouldn't even really love him anyways. So yeah, just like in the first game, she's just going to be a trophy wife. I just did it because to me it's such a unique opportunity to be able to do something like that in a game like this. And I will also point out that she looks nothing like she did in the first game, so that might upset some fans, but I think it's kind of cool that they gave her a new look, because, you know, after Fable 1, the way that she changed in her life and the way that she looks, you know, is totally left to mystery, which is kind of interesting. So anyways, that is it for the video. That is the Lady Grey side quest. If you guys want to know more of the glitches that can occur, be sure to visit the Fable wiki and look for the quest on the wiki. They've got a really good detailed list of all the glitches that can occur, but I gave a couple suggestions. Do the quest all the way through. After you've finished it, if you do want to marry Lady Grey, make sure you have the most expensive wedding ring and try to buy the cemetery, because I find that she just normally disappears from the game if you kind of leave her. So anyways, I guess I'm going to go and see what sex with a ghost is like, and I will see you guys later. So thanks for watching, and I will see you then.